Okay, sixth grade. So what we're going to do now before we get into your cups rhythms we're going to be doing, we are going to do one massive review of all these different rhythms that you guys have been learning over the years. That way we can go ahead and get this out of the way, and then we can start reviewing your music notes to get you guys ready for when you get to come back into the classroom, okay? All right, so I'm going to share my screen now so that we can go over these rhythms. Here we go. Okay, so here is our rhythm review that I created for you guys. So let's move into the first one. So what do you think that first one is? Now what I want you to do is I want you to shout it out at the screen so that I know that you know. So what is it? Yeah, for those of you that said ta, you're exactly correct. And ta, remember, that is worth one beat, okay? All right, here's our next rhythm. What do you think this guy is? That's right, he's TT, and we talked about him just a minute ago in last week in our stuff. So how many beats is he worth? Yeah, he's also worth one beat, okay? All right, moving on. Oh, we talked about this one. You took your quiz on this one for last week. So what is this? That's right, it's Tika Tika. And how many beats is a Tika Tika worth? One. It's still worth just one beat. All right, cool. All right, moving on. Now, what about this guy? Notice he's not shaded in. How many beats is he worth, and what is he called? Yeah, he's worth two, and he's called two. That's right. Okay, so good job on that one. All right, what about this one? What do you think? I need, what do we call it, and how many beats is it? Yeah, if you've said three and that it's worth, guess what? Three. You are exactly correct, okay? Notice that what makes him worth three is that he has a dot on him, okay? All right, moving on. What about this guy? He's just a circle. Yeah, he's worth four, but what do we call him? We don't say four. We actually say something different. For those of you that are saying whole, you are absolutely correct. The reason we say whole is because he's worth a whole four beats. That's why we say that, okay? That's right. So moving on, what is this guy? He doesn't look like the notes we just looked at, and you should know him because he was in your quiz last week. Yeah, that's right. He's one beat of a rest. So we say shh for just one beat, or if we're playing our recorders, we just don't say anything at all. We just wait that beat, okay? All right, what about this one? Yeah, he's a rest as well, but how many beats of rest? That's right. He's worth two beats of rest, you guys. Awesome. All right, here's our next one. Oh, there's that dot again. So I'm seeing a trend with this dot. It's a rest, yeah, you're right. But how many beats of rest? Yeah, it's worth three beats of rest, just like that three we saw a little while ago. So it's worth three beats of rest. All right, now what about this guy? We took our little thing and we turned him upside down. So what do you think he is? Yeah, he's another rest, but how many beats? Four, that's right. He's worth four beats of rest. Awesome sauce. So you have done a fantastic review of all these different rhythms that we've learned so far. Now what we're going to do is we are going to pull up our cup rhythms. And so I need you to, while I'm getting the screen share up, I need you to pause the video and go get your little plastic cups. Please make sure you're not tapping with anything you're not allowed, and do not tap with glass or anything breakable. Make sure it is cups and you're very gentle with them. So here we go. Now, there's one more rhythm that I wanted to review that wasn't included in your little slideshow we just looked at. And that is what we call the Tay-T rhythm. So what I wanted to do is point out this Tay-T rhythm here. Now, notice that that note right there has a dot on it. Now, what that dot does is it takes our ta and it makes it into a beat and a half. Instead of one beat, or two beats, we just want to be right in the middle. So we do a beat and a half. Now, in order to do that, he actually has to steal a half of a beat from the beat next to him. So notice that this guy next to him just has a little flag on him. That's because he's a lonely little OT that his partner was kidnapped and brought over to this first beat here in order to give him a beat and a half, because each T is worth half of a beat. So what I did is I stole a T, moved it over there, leaving me just a single T. So now I have a beat and half a beat. So the way we say that pattern would be te, T, like that. Try that with me. Ready, go. Te, T. And if you were clapping your hand with me, you'll notice that the T actually came on what we call the upbeat. A beat is made of two parts, a down and an up. So te would get downbeat, upbeat, downbeat. Whereas that lonely little T just gets a little old upbeat. So let's do that again. Te, T. Did you catch that? That T comes on the upbeat. So now we've got our cups. Hopefully you had time to go get your cups. Let's look at the different cup patterns we have here. So notice it says whenever there's a circle under the note, it just simply wants you to tap. Now I've put all this on top. I have a little stack of stuff here so you can see my cup. So my taps are going to sound a little different than yours. Okay, I would recommend tapping on the floor would be the best things to do so that you're not messing anything up on the table. So you want to tap on the floor for our first beat, and then notice the second beat has an X, but it says tap. So what that's going to happen is you're actually going to tap the bottom of the cup, okay? So you're going to go ta, ta, like that. And I know it says over here it wants you to lift and tap the top of the cup with the left hand, but we're going to do the bottom of the cup. That's actually technically our top, I guess, considering our cup is upside down. So we're going to go ta, ta. See if you can try that with me. Ta, ta. Awesome. Now notice the next beat actually has a star above it. Now if we look at our little key over here, it says you're going to tap the cup on your forehead. Now please do me a favor. Don't bang the cup into your forehead. Don't slam the cup into your forehead. Just a little small tap. It doesn't need to be loud and give yourself a concussion at the end of it. Okay, just a little tap, please. So our first three beats would be ta, ta, ta. See if you can try that with me. Ready, go. Ta, ta, ta. Just like that. Fantastic. And notice that our fourth beat also has a tap the bottom. So if we put all that together, we get this. You can try this with me if you want to, or you can just watch. Ta, 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 ta. Just like that. See if you can do that with me. Ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Fantastic. Now notice that our te we just talked about actually has a circle with a line underneath it. And according to our key, that tells us to tap and slide the length of the note. So we're going to go, and what I like to do for that is do circles, okay? It's kind of hard for me to slide over the top of this bucket, but let's just do circles just to keep it simple. So we're going to go te, like that. And then for our T, we tap the bottom of the cup. So it's te, T. And remember that T is going to feel kind of rushed because it's coming in on that upbeat there. So it's te, T. Try that again. Te, T. And then if you look, our next two beats are just like the previous last two beats in our measure we just did. Forehead, bottom of the cup. So I'm going to put all that together in our second measure here, the second sequence. You don't have to do it with me. You can just watch the first time, so we will be doing it twice. Okay, so let's try it. Here we go. Te, ti, ta, ta. Ooh, let's try that again. Ready, go. Te, ti, ta, ta. Excellent. Now, what do you notice about the third measure here? Yeah, it's just exactly the same as the first. It's no different. So let's try the third measure together. Ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Fantastic. Now, can somebody tell me what is different about our fourth measure from what we did in our second measure? That's right. We have two tabletop taps instead of forehead, bottom. So this time we're going to go te, ti, ta, ta, just like that. See if you can try that with me. Ready, go. Te, ti, ta, ta. Awesome. Now we're going to see if we can put that whole line together. And behind me, I have the music queued up. So once we learn the first two lines, we're going to put the whole thing together, okay? Let's try it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Te, ti, ta, ta. Ta, 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 ta. Te, ti, ta, ta. Just like that. If you got a little off, that's totally okay, you guys. Nobody's asking you to get it perfect the first time you try it all together. No big deal. Goodness knows I mess up from time to time too, okay? Remember the poison game last week? Yeah, oops on my part. All right, so now let's take a peek at the second line. And I want you to tell me what is the only thing different about the second line. Yeah, at the end of it, it's got this pass pick up thing. Now, we don't have anybody to pass or pick up to, so what I'd like for you to do is just do what you did on the first line. So we're going to go te, ti, ta, ta, and end with your cup up instead of down. That's where we're going to make our change. So instead of, watch carefully, watch, hold up, watch. Te, ti, ta, ta for the first line. Our second line will end like this. Te, ti, ta, ta. And we'll come up on that last beat since we don't get to do the whole pass pick up. When you guys come back to school, we get you all in a big circle, we'll be able to do all that, okay? All right, so in the meantime, though, let's see if we can put this together. Are you ready? Awesome. Okay, so here we go. Let's start at the beginning and of the second line where it says 1A, and see if you can do all of the second line. All right, so let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, 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 te, ti, ta, 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 te, ti, ta, ta. Ah, did you remember to pick up at the end? I hope you did. Now, I want you to notice one more thing before we try to put this with the music. Do you see at the end of the first and second line, we see these two lines here with the dots. You know what that is. If you've been with me for any point in time in your elementary career, you have talked about what that pattern is. What is that symbol? Yeah, for those of you that said that's a repeat mark, you are absolutely correct. And that tells us to do what? That's right. We're going to repeat the line. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the first line twice and the second line twice. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the music on and we're going to see if we can try that. So the first line twice, the second line twice. Are you ready? Okay, make sure you're watching your screen. Keep up. Circle underneath this for the table. X is the tap. A star is your forehead. And the te with the circle with the line under it, that's our slide. Okay, so here we go. Hitting play. 2, ready, go. Ta, 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 te, ti, ta, 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 te, ti, ta, ta, ta. Oh, I messed up, sorry. Ta, ta, te, ti, ta, 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 te, ti, ta. Second line. Ta, 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 te, ti, ta. Ta, 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 te, ti, ta, ta. All right. Let me pause that. Sorry. See, I even mess up from time to time. So if you're having trouble keeping up with what we're doing, that is totally okay. I don't get it perfect. Okay? So totally fine. All right. Now let's scroll down over to our next patterns we're going to do. Ooh, we're going to be adding some stuff, okay? So let's add our TT pattern to it. Now, since we did our top 2 lines on our previous level, let's do the bottom 2 lines for this level, okay? Cool. All right, so we're going to do lines 2 and 3 instead of 1 and 1A. So lines 2 and 3. Notice we have a whole bunch of TT patterns in here. We got some floor taps, some bottom taps, forehead taps, but there's a couple of new symbols in here, and we'll talk about those when we get there. So look at the beginning of this box that says 2. What do you see? Yeah, we got 2 TT patterns back to back. Let's see if you can try that. Here we go. Te, ti, te, ti. Let's try that again. Ready, go. Te, ti, te, ti. One more time just to make sure we got it. Ready, go. Te, ti, te, ti. Just like that. Fantastic. Now, what does the next measure start with that we didn't have in our previous thing we did? Yeah, it's got TT. So instead of just 1 tap on the ground, we're going to do 2. TT. And then the rest of it's just like you did earlier. Ta, ta, ta. Top of the cup, forehead, top of the cup. Maybe I'll be able to get it right this time when we put it all together. So let's put those two measures together. Ready, go. Tay, tee, tay, tee, 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 ta, ta, ta. Awesome. And then we have the next measure, just like the first, absolutely no different. So let's try those three measures together, starting here at the beginning. We're going to stop at this T there. Ready, go. Tay, tee, tay, tee, 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 ta, 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 tay, tee, tay, tee. You guys are awesome. Now let's look at this last measure. Who can tell me what we see that is different? What's different? What's different? Yeah, it's that high five hand at the end. Now, we don't have anybody here we're doing cups with to high five with. So what we're going to do is we're going to high five through the screen. So I'm going to put my hand up on the high five and you put your hand up too, and we will high five through the screen. You guys ready? But before we do that high five, we got to look at this T, 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 T pattern here. Now, I know some of you are thinking, wait a minute, that looks like Tika Tika. Well, I promise it's not. Remember, Tika Tika had two lines going across the top. This only has one. So this is still TT. They've just connected two sets of TTs together. That's all they've done. I'm pretty sure we've talked about that before, but I just want to do a refresher. So notice we got table, tap the bottom, table, tap the bottom, table, high five. So let me do that for you. If you want to try it with me, that's fine. If you want to wait and do it after, totally cool. Let's see if we can try that. T, 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 ta, ta. Make sure you high five there at the end. Let's try it again. Ready? Go. T, 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 ta, ta. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Now, let's see if we can put that whole line together. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually open up. No, let's see. Let's try this music. Okay, so let's see if we can do, let me rewind it here. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay, I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's see if we can put the line 2 together, and I want you to go ahead and do it twice. Okay, go ahead and do it twice. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Tay, tee, tay, tee, 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 ta, ta, ta. Tay, tee, tay, tee, 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 ta, high five. Tay, tee, tay, tee, 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 ta, ta, ta. Tay, tee, tay, tee, 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 ta, high five. Awesome. You guys are so cool. All right, now let's go into our bottom line. Now, before we do the bottom line, I want you to notice that there is something new on this bottom line that we have not talked about yet. Do you see it? Yeah? Yeah, it's behind that TT. What is it? That's actually half a beat of rest. That is a quick beat of rest because it only lasts for half a beat. What comes after that half a beat of rest? Yeah, it's a T. So this time, instead of kidnapping the partner and adding the partner over here into our tay, what we did is we just took them away, period. Bye-bye partner. So instead of TT, it's just T. So our first two beats of our pattern here would be T, 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 T. Say it with me. T, T, T. One more time. T, T, T. And if we put it with our tay T, we get this. T, 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 tay, T. Listen to that again. T, 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 tay, T. Just like that. So see if you can try that with me. Ready, go. T, 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 tay, T. You guys are awesome. But now we need to look at what we're supposed to do with the cup. So our first TT, we just go T, T. Real simple. But then we got to stay there because what do we do after? Yeah, we tap again. So T, T, T. Try that again. T, T, T. Awesome. Now let's add our tay T to it. So now it is, watch first. T, 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 tay, T. Try that with me. Ready, go. T, 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 tay, T. It's a little tricky, I know, but you'll get used to it, I promise. All right, now look at our second measure. What's different? Yeah, they took away the tay T. And now we just have simply ta, ta, where we go ta, high five. So now we have, watch me first, T, 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 ta, ta. Make sure you high five through the screen on that high five. Okay? Let's see if we can do that together. Ready, go. T, 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 ta, high five. Awesome. Now let's put the first part of line 3 together, starting at the beginning and stopping at the high five. 1, 2, ready, go. T, 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 tay, T, 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 ta, ta. Just like that. Now notice our third measure, guess what? Exactly the same as the first, just like earlier. But look at our last one. There's one little teeny thing that's different. What do you think that one little teeny thing is? Yeah, it's this weird symbol here. Now let's see what this is. It says tap cup behind back. Huh. So I guess we need to do that and tap it back there. That's interesting. So let's see if we can try that. You ready? Remember, it's T, 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 and then table. Then we'll go back. Here we go. Ready, go. T, 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 ta, ta. Oh, that was interesting. Try it one more time. Ready, go. T, 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 ta, ta. Yeah, just like that. Now let's see if we can put that whole line together. And we're going to try it with the music. Okay? 2, ready, go. T, 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 tay, T, 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 tay, high five. T, 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 tay, T, 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 ta, ta. T, 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 tay, T, 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 tay, T, 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 tay, T, 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 ta, ta. Yeah, and yes, I messed that second measure up. I forgot the high five on the second round. Again, you guys, I'm not doing this perfect. It's totally okay. All right, now for the fun part. Let's see if we can put lines 2 and 3 together. And just like we did earlier, we're going to do line 2 twice and line 3 twice. Okay, here we go. 2, ready, go. Tay, T, tay, T, 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 ta, ta, ta. Tay, T, tay, T, 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 ta. High five. Tay, T, tay, T, 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 ta, ta, ta. Tay, T, tay, T, 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 ta. High five. Second. T, 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 tay, T, 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 ta. High five. T, 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 tay, T, 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 ta. On your back. T, 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 tay, T, 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 ta. High five. T, T, tay, T, 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 ta. On your back. Yeah, awesome. Very, very cool, you guys. All right, so next time I see you guys, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to start focusing in on remembering your note names that you have learned for your recorder so far, and then we're going to take that and learn some more note names because there's so many more notes out there than just what's on your recorder. Okay? All right, so I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to take your quiz. You can find it, a link to it in the description below this video. You can go back to my website if that's where you came from to get here and do the link for your quiz there, or if you came to this video from Schoology, you can look at the bottom of week 2 Schoology page and you will see the actual quiz embedded into Schoology. Okay, so no matter how you get there, please make sure you go take that quiz and put your name on your quiz. I have some people last week that didn't put their name on there. I don't know who to give credit to, so please remember to put your name on your quiz. So I will see you next week. All right, bye you guys.